And hello there again. Welcome back to the Japan Game Junk podcast today. Such a special one. Episode number 50. So, if you're a loyal JGJ podcast listener, this is your 50th time through, not even including the introduction and the explanation, episode 0. Thank you so much. Anyway, today is also special because with today's episode, I will be covering a store in Sagamihara in Kanagawa prefecture, which means I will now have covered stores in at least one store in each of the prefectures of Japan's Kanto area. Here in Ibaraki, and also Tochigi, and also Gunma, and also Chiba, and also Saitama, and also Tokyo, and now it will be Kanagawa added to that illustrious list. So, with that, now I will give to you this description of a visit to the Hard-Off store in Sagamihara City. Specifically, this one is the Yabe store. I also went to one in Shimokuzawa. That will be the next episode. This time it is the Yabe store, which is unfortunately not quite as good as the one in Shimokuzawa, which will be next time. But still, let's just go over all of the things that were seen at this store that were noteworthy for me to mention. First of all, a boxed copy of Rambo for the Mega Drive from Sega. 8,800 yen. Looks like it's in great condition. A bit cheaper than I've seen in Akihabara, at least, so very interesting if you want that game. Even more interesting, yet not something I would purchase, is a new Super Famicom. This is new, unused, still in plastic. However, for some reason, the box is not there. It has everything that should be in there, the manual and the machine and the controller and the AC adapter all in plastic, in the styrofoam container. But the slip box that goes over the styrofoam part is not there for some reason. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, that is what this is for 60,500 yen. If you need a brand new Super Famicom, I know of nowhere else to go except this specific Hard-Off store. Next up, there is, this store had a number of PC Engine games that were somewhat cheap. For example, Dragon Spirit, just the loose card for 1,500 yen, which is fairly decent. And also a number of Famicom Disk System games, such as, for example, what's this, the Adian Tale? I'm not sure. It's a Sunsoft game, and 1,200 yen for that. Other games were about between 1,500 yen, well worth it. Then there was, for some reason, Diablo 2 for the PC was 500 yen. So yeah, that's that, and it included a guidebook, so there you go. Also, maybe the best MSX deal I've seen other than the one that I got for my MSX. This is one that was released actually in 1989 in MSX 2 Plus from Sanyo, the PHC-35J, which is a fantastic MSX system to play pretty much everything, and in working order for 16,500 yen including tax, so 15,000 yen. Going back now, maybe I should have bought this. It was a really great deal for an MSX2 that works, which typically would not get this cheap. And it's a 2 Plus at that for better memory. Also, for some reason, Hogwarts Legacy for the Switch, 6,980 yen used. I believe that's more than what it costs new in the store or for download. I guess maybe that they stocked it up and priced it when it was very hard to find this game upon release and never put the lower price. I don't know. Anyway, also the cheapest Zelda Tears of the Kingdom I've ever seen, 4,000 yen only, loose just the cartridge, only the game card, but still, if you want that game, that's probably the cheapest way to get it at this moment. Also, a game that was very wistful. So, Axe Battler, A Legend of Golden Axe. It's a Golden Axe themed tactics RPG game, which I did not know when I bought it originally back in 1992 as a child. Literally as a child, I believe I would have been 10 years old at the time. And yeah, I was surprised because I was at the KB Toys at the local mall, and in front of me there was one person, a teenager, and sorry, I really wanted for Game Gear Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, the Beavis and Butthead game. And the guy right in front of me bought it, and it was the last one. And I was there stuck in line, and I had the money burning a hole in my pocket. So I just looked there next to it. I saw in the older style Game Gear box that had the weird original logo on it in the US, Axe Battler, A Legend of Golden Axe. And I thought, hey, I know Golden Axe. It's a beat-em-up game, and it's kind of fun, and it's super cheap. I think Beavis and Butthead was 3,000 yen. What am I talking about? $30. This is $20. I thought, you know what? I'll give it a shot. And I got it, and you know what? At that time, even though it was a tactics-based RPG, and I knew that I'd prefer an action game, which I thought it would be, because I was young and I didn't get games so often, I still played that thing to death for hours and hours, just because it was a new game to have. And yeah, that game that was $20 now is in my heart, the equivalent to Japan of 2,000 yen here at this hard-off store, game cartridge only. And I had wistful thoughts when I saw it. Less wistful and more wishing I would buy it if it were cheaper was Battletoads for the Game Gear. Also, just the cartridge, 8,000 yen, 4 times the cost. Something that was a bit cheaper was Red Arimer 2. So, Red Arimer, like that devil demon thing from Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts or whatever, had its own spin-off series in Japan from Capcom on the Famicom series system. And the second one usually is pretty expensive here, just 3,000 yen. Cheaper than right beside it Rockman 6, Mega Man 6, for 4,000 yen for the Famicom. Both look like they're in good condition though, so there's that. And adding another 1,000 yen is Joust, the original Joust for Famicom with great art, with the S stylized into a flying dragon and guys riding ostrich dragon things. I don't know, just maybe you want to Google the Famicom art for Joust for Famicom. And I'll say Famicom again. Then, after that, what I thought was maybe the strangest thing here at the store, and the last one I'll cover, is something called Ellis, The Perfect Collection. It's a Windows and Macintosh hybrid CD-ROM, and it's basically a fan service disc for people who like the Ellis girl character from Battle Arena Toshinden. So it has 3 graphics, which are very primitive for what you see now, but it has like all of her moves, and it has movies to show you how to do the moves. It has lots of voice clips. It has lots of things for your computer, like screensavers and all that stuff. And it's basically, just a fan service disc for Ellis. It's kind of weird because she's a little girl, I think everyone would see her and think she's not quite of age, but I guess some people really do like that. They like Ellis, even though the same game has the dominatrix very much of age, dominating sexy female character, but Ellis, some people like Ellis, And on the box, she has incredibly, impossibly long legs, and her upper half also looks more adult than it did in the game itself. Indeed, a fan service game for those who like such things. Out of curiosity, I was tempted, but I did not want to pay the 1,000 yen to own this software. And anyway, that's all for here. This one store in the Sagamihara, sound American there, Sagamihara city in Kanagawa, the first Kanagawa store to go over, but not the last one in Kanagawa or Sagamihara. The next episode will indeed be the better store in Shimokuzawa of Sagamihara. So please look forward to that. Probably be out very, very soon after this one. And thank you so much for your listening. This makes 50 episodes of JGJ podcast, and I'm so happy that you took your time to listen to my melodic voice. Thank you so much again. Have a wonderful day, and bye-bye.